What is up, y'all, and welcome back. Today we're out here and we're gonna be doing something that we have not done in quite a while, which is a little bit of wade fishing. I know you guys love the wade fishing videos. It's what this channel was pretty much founded on. So we got the old wade rod right here. We're gonna be throwing artificial only. I got a 1/8 ounce salty head jig head with a down south lure paired on that thing. And we're gonna be going for some nice speckled trout. The trout bite has been going crazy and the weather's been pretty bad, but today we have some amazing weather, barely any wind, and I think we're gonna get on a bite. We are fishing the switch from the high tide to the low tide. I love fishing around those tide switches. We're gonna be fishing a little drain that goes from a back lake out into the main part of the bay. We have a little oyster reef that sits over it, and I'm thinking we're gonna get into some fish. The only thing that's off is that the water is really, really brown. So hopefully they'll be able to see our lures right here. I'm gonna throw a little bit of a darker color with some flash on the bottom, and that should trick them into biting. So let's head out there and see what we can get into. All right, we're about to hop in the water, y'all. We're just walking down this beach a little bit of ways right here. And this is all just a big spoil area. So a bunch of broken up shell and different stuff on the bottom here, and a pretty hard bottom. And like I said, there is a reef over that way. But we're gonna start down here and work our way down towards that reef and see if we can pick up some fish before we get there. Hopefully we can find some fish pretty quick here. I'm already seeing a ton of bait, y'all. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but ton of ripples right here in front of us, and that is all finger mullet or shad, most likely finger mullet, and there's just a ton of them. And there's a little slick popping up right here, so that is a great sign. That's what you're looking for whenever you come out here, looking for bait, because where there's bait, there's bigger fish feeding on them. Let's just hope they like our lure. A lot of big mullet jumping too. There's one. That feels like a sand trout almost, or a little speck. There we go, y'all. We just hopped in. Kevin, Chris, they're still up on shore. It's a speck, a beautiful speck too. I don't know if I've ever caught one with that many speckles on it. Y'all check that out. That's a beautiful one. Woo! Jumped right on my hand. Guy's hooked kind of in the eyeball, so we'll pop out that hook, get him on his way. There we go, first fish of the day, right behind that slick. And if you don't know what a slick is, he's on again. But if you don't know what a slick is, you guys, a slick is where the fish, the trout or whatever, are feeding on the bait. Another one, next cast. That's a nicer fish, I think. That could be a nicer one. He's running to the beach.
They're not hitting. They're not hitting.
A little bit bigger, still undersized, but a slick, for the third time now, is where the fish are feeding on a bunch of bait and they're just chomping that bait up, regurgitating it, and the oils from that bait come up to the surface and create an oil slick on top of the water. But we're gonna keep on working and hopefully get some bigger fish in here. If all we're catching is a bunch of undersized, then we'll keep on moving. We don't really want to catch a bunch of those. Don't want to harm them too much. Don't really want to handle those little fish. We want to give them the best chance at survival. But that is a great sign. We're already getting into some action. As we're walking out, I can smell another slick straight out in front of me. Smells pretty strong. There's one. Oh, it came off. He hit it again. Got him. Head shaker, head shaker. Sorry for the camera angle, guys. I accidentally smacked it. There we go. We got another trout though. Man, the bite is on. They are feeding like crazy. Getting into a little bit better fish. Still not keepers or right under. That's probably a 14.5 inch fish, almost a keeper trout. I had the camera off, but I saw a slick pop up in front of me. Casted right into it, popped up like 10 yards in front of me right there. Cast right into it and got the best dump of the day so far. Nice keeper trout, real nice trout. Take our time, he choked it. The bite slowed down for us though for a little bit. Took about, I don't know, 30 casts, 40 casts, didn't catch anything. And then boom. Sorry guys, I look like a beginner out here. Boom, nice speckled trout. Get a measurement on him. That is about 16.5-inch fish. We're gonna go ahead and put that guy on the stringer. He's got that hook pretty deep, so this is a perfect one to keep. And that is number 1 to go home. I'll check that out though. Absolutely choked it. They're feeding right now. You just got to be able to find them. Look at that. Look, y'all can see it. I was talking about the slick earlier. They're feeding on stuff and then burping it up, regurgitating it. Look, there's a whole little shad right there, or finger mold or whatever they burped up. And that's what makes that slick. But there we go. Nice keeper fish. Let's get back out there and see if we can catch another one. 1/3 of a way through a limit though. And the way I'm working this lure, y'all, is I'm casting out, letting it sink down a couple seconds, and then just pop, pop, and let it sink. There we go, another fish. Feels like another decent one, actually. Oh, it definitely is. It's be another nice fish. Whoa. Whoa, he's fast. Always loosen that drag whenever those fish get close. Another nice trout. This guy's actually not too long. We'll see if he keeps, but he is fat. We're just gonna let that guy tire himself out. There we go. Man, this is a real strong fish. He's got some shoulders on him for sure. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh shoot, jumped right out of my hands. Still hooked. All right. Oh, he popped off right there. He must have heard me say I was gonna keep him. I had that fish in my hand, y'all just saw, and he jumped right out. I should have grabbed him harder. And then he spun around and popped off, but that's all right. There's more where that came from, hopefully. Oh, there we go. Doubled up again. Quick release, y'all. It's exactly how we like it. Best way to release an undersized fish. And remember, they just fall right off. Oh, you want them to pull line. There's another nice one. There we go. Another nice trout. All right, y'all. I just lost a trout whenever the camera was off. Ah, this is a small guy. But I had my drag too tight whenever he got close and he pulled hook. That's like the 3rd time that's happened. I don't know what I'm thinking. I've already lost the limit today. I had one jump out of my hand and lost 2 others while I was fighting them. But all you can do is keep on casting. There we go. Oh, nice one. That's a nice trout, I think. Big head shakes. Oh yeah, there we go. Come on. Is he a keeper? No, he's short. Another one, y'all. A ton of short fish out here. It really is just a numbers game. There's some things you can do to get out of those short fish, like we could throw a bigger lure, but the main thing is just keep on casting, because there's so many little ones. You got to weed through them to get to the big ones. There's one. Maybe not. Nope, small. All right, another fish here, y'all. I switched up lures because my last lure was just destroyed. We've caught so many little fish. And I put on something a little bit bigger. A little fluke right here. Just a bigger profile bait. fatter, and hopefully that'll get us some bigger bites. But I made a few casts with it already and have caught a few undersized fish. So they're still eating it. These fish are super aggressive right now, and they'll hit pretty much anything that you put in front of them. So we're making our way back to the truck to take a little break right now. We've been out here for a couple hours and the bite's kind of on and off. And there's one. Wow, on cue. But a great little tip for you guys, whenever you're waiting and whenever you're walking back, always cast. You never know where these fish are. I mean, we never thought these fish would be right on the bank, but here we are. Oh. So when you're walking back from your wade, don't count out any area of the water. Always cast. There's a nice trout right there. Probably right at that keeper limit once again, right at that 15, but we'll let him go. So yeah, there's your tip of the day. Never stop casting on your walk back. You never know where the fish are gonna be. A lot of times they're way closer to shore than you think. All right, well, we are hopping out of the water right now. We added a few more trout to the stringer on the walk back. I did not. I still only have one on there, but the boys added quite a few. Go check it out. That's a good looking stringer right there. That's a 2-man limit, so that's real good. But we're gonna take a little break, grab some water because we've been out here for hours, and then we're gonna hop back in and see if we can finish off that limit. Y'all stay tuned. That current has finally started to move over there, and the birds have started to work. So I'm thinking we're about to get on some fish. Let's grab a rod and head back out in the water and see what we can make happen. Hooked up on a nice one here, y'all. Let's just hope, let's just really hope that we can keep them on. I'm playing them light, got the drag super light. There we go, we made a few casts and nice fish right here. Hooked right in the corner of the mouth, perfect hook set. Boom. That is a perfect 16-inch fish. Let's put him on the stringer. Boop. Another nice keeper. And I forgot to say that we switched lures right here. So we still have the 1/8 ounce jig head, but I switched over to the Lil John. And this is, I never remember the color, but it's just like clear with salt and pepper flake. One of my all-time favorite lures. It looks like any little bait out here, shad, finger mullet, anything. The fish absolutely love it, and I love the action of it. It just darts back and forth like crazy, and yeah, one of my favorite lures. Can cast a mile too. And we just work this the same as any others. Twitch, twitch, pause, twitch, twitch, pause. Or another great way to work it is just one twitch and let it sink. There's a bite right there, actually. So we made it over to the current that comes under this bridge right here. The bird's working, a ton of fish, just a ton of them. And what's crazy, most of them are undersized, but there are some keepers in here. But what is crazy is how aggressive they are right now. We are just straight retrieving and getting smacked. Oh, I don't even have a paddle tail. I'm just throwing that Lil John that y'all saw and just straight retrieve, and it's getting hit like every time or every other time. It's insane. Ah, we're doubled up. There we go. Boom, on a straight retrieve. That is insane to me, especially on a lure that doesn't even have a tail. Crazy, y'all. And you can see the trout coming up and popping under the birds. Would probably be a good day to tie on a topwater. Could probably get some pretty cool blow-ups. There's one. Another one. Every cast, y'all. It's always cool getting on a different kind of bite. Usually we're doing the twitch, twitch, pause, which works amazingly, by the way. But being able to catch him using some different style and different retrieve is just really cool. Y'all, we're making a change here. Chris just caught a nice keeper fish, but Kevin is throwing a topwater right now and he's getting blown up on. So we're gonna throw the topwater and hopefully not catch a bird, but hopefully catch some nice trout. Let's see what happens. Just gonna work the edge of the current right here. Oh, that sounded awesome. Man, you can literally hear these trout trying to blow up on it. A lot of the undersized ones won't even get in their mouth, but we do see some big ones rolling on it. It's just, they're missing it like crazy. There's so much going on. They're trying to hit it so hard that it's just blowing it out of the water. We're on the topwater, y'all. It did not even make a splash. It just inhaled it. I think it might be a decent one. I don't know. He pulled like crazy. No, it's just a little guy. Look at that. What the heck? Oh, that just went into my hand. Oh my gosh. 4 for 4 on. That just popped out of that fish and went straight into my hand and none of the hooks stuck. Thank God. Crazy right now. Kevin just hooked up on the topwater. Oh. But we just need one more fish for our 3-man limit and we're trying to make it a good one. Look at that, y'all. Boom, right there next to me. A nice trout. Last clip, guys. We got like 5 seconds left on this SD card. And there we go. A little undersized guy, but hey, that's still a topwater trout. Every single cast with the topwater. Too easy. We're gonna make a couple more casts and then we'll see you guys at the truck. Peace. We just hopped out of the water and y'all check this out. That is a 3-man limit of speckled trout. Nothing crazy, nothing big today. A ton of undersized fish, and then these, all the keepers are like right at about 16 inches. But it was still an awesome day out there on the water. It took us quite a while to catch these because, like I said, we had to weed through. I don't know, how many fish do y'all think we caught? We probably caught like no joke, probably like 100 to 200 fish, like literally no joke. It was a ton of small trout, but we got our 9 keepers. So we're gonna head home and we're gonna be doing a catch and cook for you guys. Make sure to stay tuned for that and we'll see y'all in the kitchen. All right, y'all, well, we are back in the kitchen. We got our fish cleaned up. Got 2 nice trout fillets right here, some white bread, and we're gonna make some white bread fish sandwiches. This is something real easy that you can do for a quick lunch or even a quick dinner, and it's super delicious. So all we're gonna do is start out with a little bit of oil in the pan. Turn that heat on, and then we're gonna go ahead and season up our fish. You can go in with whatever seasoning you like. I'm just gonna add a little Tony's here. And I'm also gonna add some garlic salt because this is probably my #1 seasoning that I put on everything. There we go. And then we're also going to top it off with a little bit of Italian breadcrumbs right here so we can get a nice crust on it. We'll see if they even stick. We'll mash those down, get them to stick as best we can. And we're not going for a thick layer or like a big coating on this. We're just doing a nice little pan fry on it, but I just want a little extra crunch on that fish. Doesn't have to be perfect. That looks good enough for me. Once that oil gets hot, we'll throw it in, cook it for about 2-3 minutes on each side, and then we'll put our sandwich together. Let's add that fish in. And while that fish is frying up, let's make a nice little sauce to go on top. With the fish sandwich, you could do tartar sauce. You could do really anything you want. Tartar sauce is a great option, but we're gonna make something different. So we're gonna start with some mayonnaise here. Dang. Okay. And then we're gonna add in a little bit of this crunchy chili onion oil. This is gonna give it just a ton of flavor and a little bit of heat. Put about that much, make sure we get some of the oil in there. There we go. Stir that around. And this is kind of like a sriracha mayo, just a spicy mayo. I personally don't like sriracha. This stuff has way more flavor to me, so we're gonna use that and then finish it off with a little bit of fresh lemon just to freshen that all up, brighten it up. Because citrus is always good on fish. Give it a good stir. And that's what we're looking for, beautiful orange color. It's been about 2 minutes here. Let's get a flip on our fish, see how it's looking. Perfect. Give that about 2 or 3 more minutes, and that's it. All right, the fish is done here. Let's go ahead and build our sandwich. We're just gonna start with a nice dollop of our sauce on each side. Smear it all over. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're just gonna cut our fish in half. Put a piece here. Stack that other one next to it. And we're going to top this with some arugula, just to add a little bit of greens in there. And if you have tomatoes, I would definitely recommend adding that as well. Just give it some more color and a different texture, but that's gonna be wonderful. And then final touches, some more fresh lemon on top. So you can never have too much lemon. There we go. Let's top this sandwich off. Give it a cut in half. And that's it, y'all. Take a look at that beautiful fish sandwich. And this thing took us all of about 10 minutes to make. A real quick meal that I know is gonna be delicious, but let's go ahead and give it a taste. That is an amazing fish sandwich. I've never made this recipe before. I just looked in the fridge and saw what ingredients we had and threw it together. And this is definitely one that I'll be writing down and making again. The chili adds the perfect amount of heat, and that mayonnaise kind of cools off a little bit. And then the arugula also adds an amazing pepper taste, and the lemon freshens it up perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this sandwich, but I wanna tell you guys thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're not already, and if you are, like always guys, I thank you so very much. I have a lot more wade fishing videos coming out in the near future. Until then, peace.